Ochaco Uraraka is the MVP of this chapter. Don't believe me? Deku was so moved by her that he was on his knees, crying. Alright everybody, welcome back to another My Academia manga chapter review. This time it's chapter 324 and we resume from the last chapter where we last left off, where Ochaco held her position from the public to support Deku, and continues here in this chapter where we see Ochaco's parents and the crowd looking up in the UA building where Ochaco is stationed with her megaphone. Here we see the crowd looking towards Deku's direction. They all see Deku's condition with him being all tired and frail. Within the crowd we see a large fairy girl who was saved by Deku a while back, telling the public out loud that once Deku saved her, he went back to action on fighting off villains. Hearing that statement, one of the protesters couldn't trust what she said and said if they want the civilians covered in the mud and green. Ochaco quickly responds to him, telling him that only the heroes like herself will be the ones to carry the burdens. The heroes will put their total effort in providing their safety, just as if they give the heroes some time. Then we see the class 1A students looking up towards her classmate Uraraka giving her speech to make sure that everyone else can smile just like she did when she was a kid, at the sight of others being joyful seeing heroes as their beacon of light. As she continues on her speech, Deku is seen with tears forming in his eyes as he squeals Uraraka's name. Then Uraraka on her megaphone tells the public on the behalf of the heroes, apologizes to them for not guaranteeing their safety, as she tells them that the heroes are frightened just as they are, with all of them including the heroes are all in the same circumstances. After that, it shifts to Uraraka's thoughts where she wants the people to understand the extra miles Deku did to save people and fight off any villains for the people who needed help, as it shows many panels of heroes who are still left active and by all accounts are dealing with the everyday pressures from society. Then we see Ochaco's memories of when she was a little girl, looking at the smiles of everyday people seeing the hero saving the day, where it transitions back to Ochaco asking everybody for their cooperation so that tomorrow they can all smile together, in which midway of that speech it cuts to Toga's face all of a sudden for some odd reason. I don't really get why a mental image of Toga appeared, but let's just leave it on that. Ochaco continues saying is it too much to ask to let Deku have some time to rest as he's trying to carry everybody's burden with his power, which is a lot coming from Deku, who still has a lot to learn and is still just a high schooler. And one last time Ochaco shouts at the top of her lungs through the megaphone says, "Let him stay here at the Hero Academia, please." Then once again we see another flashback. This time the panel shows us a small memory of both Deku and Ochaco's first meeting in UA, where in the inbox it says, "This is the story of how I became the greatest hero." To which, after having to hear all of that of what she said, Deku couldn't hold himself back and falls onto his knees as he starts bursting into tears from the pent-up emotions he couldn't bear anymore. Seeing him falling down on his knees, the fairy girl rushes towards Deku through the crowd. We also get to see Principal Nezu, who couldn't believe his eyes of what just happened with one of his students, as he restated his quote, "One more step." On top of that, we see Koda, the boy who Deku saved from Muscular way back during their Force training arc, who's running towards Deku's aid, leaving Pixie Bob's supervision. As once again we see another flashback, this time from Koda of him picking up the same red sneakers his idol Deku wears. The chapter ends off with Koda and the furry girl attending to a broken Deku to comfort him, as the inbox finishes off stating, "This is the story of how we all became the greatest heroes," as the manga chapter ends there. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give this video a like, and if you want, consider subscribing to my channel for more Macadamia content, and also follow my Twitter at akib down in the description below. And see you next time in the next video. Peace.